Just give me one more second. We are just about to make this happen. Just need to share it to one place. Okay. All right. All set. Good to go. So, yeah. So I'm calling this one radical acceptance of self or radical self-acceptance because I notice how judgmental we can be to ourselves and to ourselves, to our bodies. We often are objectifying our bodies and treating them like something separate from us. Or we've been getting a lot of messaging that we're not okay as is and that we need to fix and change everything. So I just want to offer this as a radical acceptance of yourself as is, without the need to fix it, change it, but accepting how you are right now in the moment without any big shifting and changing. And so let's start by taking a hand on our chest and a hand on our belly. And I just want to say, you may feel some resistance to accepting yourself. You can accept that too, right? You just go, oh, radically accept my own resistance. That's fine too. So let's come in with a hand on our chest and a hand on our belly. And we're going to use the theta breath to slow down a little bit, theta breath to dial down. The theta breath is a soft hiss, a very gentle hiss, like just a little bit of air coming out through your tongue is just softly behind your teeth. It's almost like a TH, like a th, but then just a little further back, and it's like a S. So coming in, you're going to inhale through your nose and exhale with this. Inviting yourself to settle down, inviting yourself to calm. When I do the theta breath, I feel like it's almost like sand in water just drifting down to the bottom. Like there's an earthiness, there's a grounding to the theta breath for me. So coming in with the theta breath, very gentle, very kind to yourself. We're not forcing ourselves to shift and change and be better. We're just slowing down with ourselves. And sometimes when I'm really upregulated, it's hard to come into the theta. So then I just take a few breaths, feeling into my system, and then come into theta. We can do resting breaths whenever we want. Resting breaths are just normal breathing. Inviting your energetic system to return to you. So any kind of threads that you may have like radiating out into the world, worrying about other people, about the planet, about this, about that, just invite those threads back into yourself. So your energy system is with you. And your awareness and your experience is coming back to your own body, your own feeling, your own sensation. I can feel my hand on my belly. I can feel my belly under my hand. I can feel this hand on my chest. And I'm not judging my body like, oh, my belly, it's sticking out, or oh, I wish my chest was bigger, smaller, whatever, higher, lower. But just feeling into this animal body, this, I wanted to say meat suit because it's such a terrible way of saying it, but I think it's funny. But this flesh and blood and bone that is with you for your whole life. I will be in this body for the rest of my life. The more I can learn to relate with kindness to myself and equanimity within my experience and my system, the easier it is to relate to the rest of the world. The more I can allow other people to be who they are, the more I can not have to force anything outward into the world. Right? Maybe I can offer something, but I'm not pushing it, forcing it, taking the tension out of it, taking the charge out of it, and bringing just the charge of aliveness and vitality into your own system. life support. Inviting in any micro movement that feels interesting, that feels good. Inviting in the awareness of the front and back space of your body. So you're touching the front of your back space, but feel into the back space. Like maybe have some forward, backward movement. You could even take this into a hug and then soften it, like drawing yourself into yourself and then releasing. Oh, don't touch yourself. Don't touch that. Sit still. Letting go of those ideas. Go ahead, touch yourself, touch your body. It's yours. You get to touch it. But touch it as an experience. Feel yourself being touched. And in this process, let's invite our gut body, our heart, and our mind all online. And the bigger picture around that is that we're inviting the intelligence, the wisdom, the inner guidance of our highest self and our body together to participate in this moment. Coming in, settling down, feeling into the rise and fall of your breath, the natural growing and shrinking with the breath. Maybe starting to exaggerate that a little. At a sneeze. Yeah, we participate in breathing with the plants, with other people, with the planet, right? We're all breathing this air. This air matters to all of us. And it comes in and nourishes our system so we can receive that nourishment, receive the breath. Taking resting breaths anytime you need them, letting yourself slow down. Offering your body this chance to come into itself. Ideally, you're sort of just listening to me, but being with yourself instead of watching. Like you don't have to keep your eyes on the screen. If you have a phone or something that's going to give you notifications, maybe put that away. As I say that, I think, oh, I better shut off my Slack because sometimes notifications come in, even though I don't want them. I have, yeah, each notification is doing something to your nervous system. So we want to give it some time where it's not constantly lighting up with that little spark of something has happened. I need to know. Little potential dopamine hit of overstimulation. So we're going to add a sound to this. And I think first, let's start with just an air sound. So it's just aspirated, it's not vocalized. Big breath in and then kind of opening and closing your mouth. Offering in the O-ring of your mouth, this opening and closing movement, like a sea anemone or like one of those little sea creatures that kind of opens and closes. So let your body have this sort of three-dimensional non-linear movement. And as you're in that, free up the pattern of the personality, the mask, the who you think you are, and let that go. Let yourself just be in the cellular, sensual, biomorphic sensation of being. So the breath is going to be like an opening and closing with no vocal sound, no vocal cords, unless you want to add them. And it just lasts as long as it lasts. Take resting breaths whenever you need them. Yeah, I want to kind of add my fingers to this experience that my mouth is having. So I am going to do this sort of fluid opening and closing with my hands. You can do that. It might be somewhere else. We could think that we're bringing the gut body online by just opening the, tongue to tail passageway with this breath sound. Inviting yourself to let go of your agenda for being a person. Let go of the cultural impositions, the familial impositions of who you should be in your physical body, and just let your body have some freedom, allowing whatever arises to arise, even your own resistance. And you can even accept like any judgment. But if possible, don't let that voice be the loudest one. Let the deep, deep cellular wisdom, the wisdom of your fluids, the wisdom of the fire of your system, your heartbeat, your electricity in your nervous system, the information coming in and going out as an experience, not as a story. The story might come up, just don't give it as much space. Really feeling into this system of aliveness that we are, this embodied body mind. Here we are on the planet in this moment, all together with the rest of the world. But we're bringing ourselves back to ourselves. Maybe even imagining that you are the wind with that breath sound. You are the aliveness of the movement of the wind, right? We can't see the wind, but we can see things blown in the wind. The wind itself is invisible, but we can feel it. So tuning into that. Letting the shaping of your face, your inner body, your lungs participate in this way of being that is really experiential, tuning into sensation, feeling into movement, inviting free flow movement to bubble up. What is that? It's movement that is sort of non-linear, non-directed, and you're allowing it to come up, maybe giving it a little nudge here and there, but once it starts, just let the flow of movement come in, be like the wind. What if you're just like a oxygen molecule of an oxygen moving through the air? What if you are oxygen? How is that? How much space do you take up? Imagine that breath coming into your system, moving with you. I'll take this up to standing. You could be laying on the floor, you could be standing, you could be in any way, in any relationship to gravity, just inviting in this dance and accepting whatever arises. Radical self acceptance, radical equanimity for your experience of being a person on the planet, being you in your body, compassion and metta for you, for your experience of being a person doing your best in the world. We all come in, we don't have the same, we aren't offered the same resources, the same tools, but on a body level, we have breath, we have a heartbeat, we have bones. Can we tune to them and attune to them so that our system becomes more coherent, so that our heartbeat is working in accord with our blood flow, so that our, our heartbeat is our blood flow. I mean, with our breath flow. Heartbeat. Sometimes words are elusive in these explorations. Imperfectionist. Become an imperfectionist. Revel in imperfection. Glorious imperfection. Let's start to add a little bit of vocal sound to that. So, wow. I'm just adding a vocal cord to the same blowing that I was doing, or the same release with my mouth opening and closing. So it might be kind of like an ooh, ah, ooh, or anything else. Could be ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Free up your face and let it play. Give it some freedom. Free flow. It's childlike. It's playful. We can become more mature and adult and like start to control that flow as well. Let's say that free flow has more turbulence, right? There's a little more chaos in that free flow. Invite that in. The more mature bound flow maybe is more adult and safe. So we can play back and forth between those two types of movement flow. There's like, they talk about it in fluids like laminar flow, which is an sort of even flow where there's not a whole lot of mixing. And then the more turbulent flow where it's all moving around and chaotic. Invite a little bit of both of those into your movement, into your exploration, or even just into your mind, into your idea. Oh, oh, letting sound participate in your experience could be, I'm actually going to take this down to the floor and add music in a minute. It could be very gentle sound or wow, depending on how much you can make noise where you are. There's a couple of cats having a tussle in the other room. I don't know if that's coming up for you guys, but if you hear any little squeaky sounds, that is squeaky deaky. Wow, wow. It may bring up some kriya in your system. Just always know that that kind of nervous system release, that you can inhibit it. Don't let it be too crazy. So be gentle in your play. Don't go bonkers. Kindness in your self exploration or this movement exploration. Kindness for yourself. Kindness for the planet. Kindness for the earth. Kindness for your body. Kindness, joy, and mirth. Right? Bringing in some kindness. All the things you've experienced, your whole life has been experienced here in your body. Even if you were dreaming, it happened from a body. Even if you had an out of body experience, you needed a body to have that, right? It didn't happen disconnected from your body. And this is the main ingredient, your body mind, the main ingredient for the rest of your life. Can we find some kindness for ourselves and for ourselves? So I'm going to offer this other idea, and that is like, let's rub our hands together for a second. So you're getting the energy in between your hands. If you ever do Reiki or Qigong, often we start with rubbing our hands together. So there's this sense of connection and energy, maybe a little bit of heat. And then you can give yourself a bath with that. Wash down. Imagine that your hands are radiating kindness to your body. And in return, your body is also radiating kindness to your hands. Like, oh, body, thank you for being with me for my whole life. Right? Thank you for putting up with everything I've done and still being here. Which doesn't mean that we don't have illness, we don't have injuries, things don't happen. All these things are going to happen because we're alive on the planet. We don't have total control, but can we be kind to ourselves and ourselves and not fight ourselves? and to understand that we really belong here. We belong in this world. We belong on this planet. And the truth is there in the gravitational pull of the earth. It doesn't throw us off. We stay here. Here we are. Ooh. Inviting in the breath sound into your exploration. Especially if you've lived a fairly constricted life, it's going to feel a little bit weird and maybe destabilizing to do those breath sounds. So you can just add a little bit. But that's really going to help open up your system. It's like, oh, suddenly we're engaging in different ways of being. When I engage in this totally different way, I don't feel the same. I don't feel as constricted or as tight or as grippy, right? We're opening up to more freedom, which can feel destabilizing. So you're always free to slow down, to stop moving, to just tune into the breath, to get a drink of water, go to the bathroom, turn off the class, whatever you need. Really honoring your system. Come back to hands on your belly and hands on your heart, right? Come into yourself. Sometimes we need to do this and close and come in. Sometimes we need to radiate out and open up to the world, right? We need both. And we want to have some kind of balance with that. But today, just because the offering is this idea of radical self acceptance, keep bringing the threads into yourself as if you're feeding the well, you're filling the well with this self-presencing, self-presence, self-care, self-love. One of my friends says, if you can't be kind to yourself, at least be civil. But I'm going to ask you to be much more than civil and to be much more than just kind, to really be empathetic and caring for yourself, for your experience, and accept that it's all happening. This is what's happening. Sadness is sometimes happening. Joy is sometimes happening. Excitement. It's all going to keep shifting and anger. It's all going to keep shifting and changing. There's no stasis in being alive. Can I accept all of it? Can I radically accept myself experiencing all of it? I'm going to add music. And anytime you feel like, well, we could say the shadow side, the darkness of yourself coming in. If you went to a movie, would you just want to see a movie that was only happy? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I just want to watch Queer Eye, because it's all happy, or things where it's all happy. There's no negative part. But most people want to see the yuckiness and the goodness, the dark side and the light side. I also love noir, so I love those dark things too. That's the same within ourselves. Like we have to know the world is to know all these parts. So accepting our darkness, accepting our gothic phase or self as an integral part of our being, right? We can't erase it. It's all there. Whatever you are is what you are. And it's always shifting and changing. It's always affected by the whole world. I accept myself here in this moment. And I go beyond that and love myself. What happens when you love yourself, when you love your body? Not in an egotistical, I'm so great way, but in a, oh, I care about myself. I care about taking care of myself. I want to feed myself healthy food. I want to be outside in nature. I want to see my friends that I love. And I don't want to push myself too hard. I don't want to overwork, over exercise, overeat, oversleep, whatever. I want to make sure that I'm coming into alignment with myself in a gentle way. We're going to fall off. We're going to go wrong. Things are going to muck up. Can we forgive ourselves? This music is Ambient Fields, Jeff Gersh. This is album 2, song 1. Going in with some music. How does it feel to be me right now? Can I accept my own pain, Can I accept my own anger, my own judgment, my own yuckiness, my own uncertainty? Can I accept the experience of being a person on the planet? And can I accept that with grace and kindness? I got the sun right there. Hello, sun. Thank you. And even my body, can I be kind and gentle? I had this idea to start writing a letter to my own body, to my blood, to my bones, to my lymphatic system, to my breath, my lungs. A love letter with lots of gratitude. Can I listen to you, body? Can I take in your intelligence? Be coherent in my body, mind, my heart, my guts, my mind. The body isn't thinking about deserve or don't deserve. The body's not judging from that level. It's just being. It's accepting everything. Can I do that with equanimity and kindness? There's like my friend Michael Taft, meditation teacher for the Olympic and for the world, and deconstructing yourself, talks a lot about radical self-aggression, or not radical. What is it? It's like this sort of self-aggression that's going on for a lot of people. Fundamental, that's what he calls it. Can we let go of that? Can we come into an alignment? Is there some part of yourself that you don't forgive? What if you let go of that? Is there some part of yourself that you think is wrong and imperfect? What if you let go of that? It is. Krishnamurti talks about that. Like, somebody asked him about homosexuality and what he thought about it. And he said, what do I think about it? It doesn't matter. It is. Thinking, not thinking, the thing exists. So whatever's going on in your body, whatever's going on for you, it is. It simply is. It's not a question of judging it, but you can be with it. You can witness yourself. You can be with your experience. You can participate in it with kindness, forgiving whomever you need to forgive. Is it a whom or a who? Forgiving the outer, forgiving the other, forgiving yourself. Yeah, if you're angry at another person, the anger isn't there, it's in you. So letting some of that just wash away. It's not serving you. Yeah, I feel this move of like taking my hands and just freeing it up. Here's all the things I didn't say. We don't always want to yell at people. There might be anger in there. I had a very violent dream last night, a very angry dream last night. And when I woke up, I was so relieved that it wasn't true. setting those feelings free. And accepting them also, right? Oh, it was there, it's there. But I don't need to hold on to it. I can let myself experience it. I can let it go. The thing happened and now it's over. And now I'm here. What is happening here? Can I be with myself? Can I forgive myself? Can I forgive and be in kind relationship with myself, with my cells, with my body? Yeah, giving yourself the bath, the energetic care bath. Hello, nervous system. Hello, skin, right? The protector, your skin, semi-permeable, keeping so many things out, letting some things in. Thank you. Thank you for that protection and that containment. Sometimes people talk about wanting to be in relationships where they feel contained. If you want to feel containment in a relationship, relate to your skin. It contains you. Hello, skin. Thank you. You are the outside of me. You are the, the sort of line between the outer and the inner, which is even a concept, right? Because I can be thinking of something totally different, which can be in me, that's outside of me. So what's the difference? Where is that line? And if I feel my body without touching it, it doesn't feel like it's exactly this shape. It feels like an energetic system. Maybe I feel temperature. I can feel my socks. Allowing yourself to be in the exploration. What if I let go of that one thing that I was holding on to and anything I'm gripping to? And no, I gotta hold on to that because that's who I am. Wow, what if I just let it go? Is that who I am? Is this who I am? Here I am in the experience of everything, of being, in my awake awareness in space. Ah. And another part of me can accept it. If this is it, this is it. That's okay. I want to grip onto that thing. I'm getting something out of this. Okay. That's okay too. Do I belong here? Yes, I belong here. Is there something I'm ready to let go of? Probably. I think so. Can I be with my experience as freshness, that each moment is new? So I'm not holding so tightly to the past. The past is there. It's not going anywhere. Can I be in the freshness of this moment? Nothing to hold on to. Can I be in the free fall of being? Ah, anything could happen. But I can come into it with kindness for myself, acceptance for myself, for my struggles, for my strength. And so, just an FYI, this is a total non sequitur, but this time is going to be switching to 4 o'clock on Wednesdays, still at the Alembic. If you want to be in class, you can sign up at the berkeley-alembic.org. It's weird to put an ad in there, but it is what we're doing. Just coming into being with yourself, coming into kindness with your cells. Your cells know everything that you're thinking. It's not a secret. There's no separation here to there. It's all one. And where did the thought even come from? Is it something that you made up about yourself, or did somebody tell you that message? Combing through, freeing up the messaging that is not helpful. You can just comb it away. Oh yeah, that's not me anymore. It's not part of my self-belief system. Clear the energy field. We sometimes people don't understand energy or think about it, but like, can you feel when you're tense? Often we don't feel our tension until somebody touches us, and then, oh, it goes away, right? Or it releases a little bit. That's kind of energy, right? And how is energy moving through me? Am I metabolizing things? Am I taking it in? Am I processing? Or is it kind of getting lodged somewhere? We're offering our system a chance to, when we downregulate, we slow down, come into a parasympathetic state, rest and digest, soothe and settle, extended exhales, more slowed down. We're offering our body a chance to process. Kindness, processing, being with. And in the world we live in now, everything is so sped up. So many distractions. Can I just be with me and be interested in my own experience? What's going on in here? What does it feel like right now? Giving our body that chance to down regulate, to process. I'm going to turn the music off. Again, this is ambient fields. Ooh, just as it started to get a little exciting. You can find it on Bandcamp. I will even put it in the description. So when we do this kind of work, these sort of somatic inquiry practices, sometimes it's nice to take some time to process the processing so that we're not just immediately jumping back into life. Like a little shavasana moment of just being with yourself is helpful. And that can happen seated, standing, on your back, however it feels good, in movement, in stillness. Like sometimes we start a process and it needs to kind of complete. And if we start to learn to pay attention and to tune in to actually feel our body, it will tell us a lot more information, right? You'll know things clearer. Oh, I don't want that. Oh, I definitely want that. Oh, like an experience. I definitely need to be outside in the woods. I definitely don't need to go to that thing that I don't want to go to anyway. I can just say no. I can just say yes, right? When we tune into the deep level of intelligence and wisdom in our bodies, it will not lead us astray. It's not always in harmony with the outer world, with the culture. Let's put it that way. It's not always in harmony with the culture. So, welcome to the weirdness. And I am going to end that there. So, if you joined me in the interwebs, thank you for joining me. Ooh, got some people out there. And if you have questions, you can put them down in the chat in the underneath, or you can just blink out. Yeah. Kindness for your body, radical self-acceptance. What does it feel like to be you? How are your cells? Yay. Hearts back at ya. Yeah, so this time is going to move to 4 o'clock on Wednesdays. And that's it. Sending you all loving kindness. May you be happy. May you feel good in your body. And even if you feel bad, may you accept that and be able to go, oh, this is what's happening.